Hey, what's up? So this book just arrived yesterday. I ordered it off Amazon sometime last year. When I heard it was coming out, I was freaking excited. So I thought I just unboxed it yesterday. I'm just gonna like flick through it so people can see it if people are interested. I also own the original um, Dead Space book, out of Dead Space book. This is like the remake one. So like I said, I had a flick through it. It looks pretty sick. Unfortunately, it got a little damage there, but that's all good. Um, so yeah, just have a flick through it and have a tutu and see what people think. So it's a pretty sweet book. I think it cost me about 100 New Zealand dollars, which is like 55 American dollars. Um, and I think it was well worth the purchase because I love these books so much. And I'll talk a little bit about my history of Dead Space as well when we get to some kind of lull points. So you got the whole contents here with the stuff. I kind of looked at like this kind of stuff first, the characters and stuff like that. So I haven't really looked at much of the other stuff. Like this would be pretty sweet to look at. And it's just got the credits here. So my like introduction to Dead Space was, oh shit, that's coincidence. Back in like 2009. Also, I'm just gonna hold the camera over this and just pause it if you want to read it, as per usual. Back in 2009, when I was like moving cities, I was at my friend's house, my friend's flat, and I told him I was like planning to buy a PS3 when I moved to this new city, and he basically was just like, cool. We were like talking about it, and then I saw this game he had called Dead Space, and I asked him, I was like, "What the heck is this?" He's like, "It's a fucking dumb game. I don't like it. You can have it if you want." Like, usually, this is the kind of guy that would like make you pay for shit, but he was like, "You can have it. You can just have it." So I took it with me. I didn't know anything about the game. Took it with me when I moved, and basically just like everyone else just fell in love with it. It's such a good game. The concept is freaking sweet. Everything about it's just awesome. So I've been a big fan of it. I don't think I've ever played like the third one before, but I had the second one, clocked that. Didn't get onto the third one, but that's kind of something I should do if they ever remake it. Hopefully they remake the second one because it was such good. So this is like the Callion. This is the ship that they arrived to, the Ishimura, and it's just doing the concept art for that. Hopefully the camera does it justice because it's really good. Like the artwork is just super sweet, man. I'm probably going to just flick through this a little bit faster just because it's a massive book. And then I'll take some time to read it later. So you got the Ishimura here, Planet Cracker. God, she's beautiful. I really want to get one of those Ishimura patches. That would be super sweet. Yeah, Ishimura. I think these are just like random concepts for it. Like I said, I haven't been through this part of the book yet. Oh shit, that's cool. I haven't been through this part of the book yet, but I'll definitely go back and just revisit it and just read it in my own time. So this is just like a quick flick through to give everyone an idea. That's the patch there I'm talking about. My God, I want that. Probably wouldn't get it tattooed on me, but you know, we'll see. I also finished reading two of the Dead Space novels recently. I think one was like Martyr and Catalyst. Without spoiling it too much, one was about Altman and his like investigation in the marker when it first came out. That book was pretty cool. There were kind of some member berries. Okay, so yeah, you got the original here and then the remake here. Yeah, it looks so cool, man. And same again, I think. Yeah, so it's just about Altman finding the marker and what happens to him and stuff like that. It's kind of cheesy, but it's a pretty cool book. The Dead Space Martyr book. It's, yeah, like the ending for me was a bit naff, but whatever. Those are babies. And then the other one was like Catalyst. That one I'd liked a little bit better. And apparently they're redoing the graphic novels. Man, that's so cool. I hated this bit in the game so much. If you remember, you get locked down. Is it the lockdown bit? And you're just like getting smashed by dudes. I like it how they do the juxtaposition between the original and then the new one. And because the characters look slightly different as well. Alright, hopefully this video is not going to be super long. Some more cool stuff. Yes. It's kind of sad to me as well, like when they did Callisto Protocol, when I heard that they were making it by the same dudes that made Dead Space. And like Dead Space Remake was made by a different team, so not related to the team that did Callisto, the original Dead Space. So the original team went and did, or like the original producer, I think, went and did Callisto. Whereas like a new team came and did the Dead Space Remake. And the Dead Space Remake, was just, it was like the Resident Evil 1 remake when it came out on GameCube or whatever. It was just like a smack in the face that was just like, cool, but this is the next evolution of like survival horror. Whereas Callisto didn't do so well. Like, I kind of enjoyed it, but the story wasn't that fleshed out as well as I would have liked. This shit always creeps me out. It kind of reminds me of the Silent Hill movie where the dudes are all wearing gas masks and stuff. It's super cool. And that thing, oh yeah, that thing, I remember that. The penis pump or whatever it is. Man, yeah, the graphics are just freaking dope. Like I said, I'm not like properly reading this now. I'm gonna just kind of flick through it, and then I'll definitely read it to myself tonight or when I get some more time. Yeah, the ADS cannons. Apparently they weren't very popular in the first game, and so they kind of changed the concept of it. I actually liked that in the original. It was probably not one of my favorite parts of the game, but it was still pretty dope. On the deck here, crew deck. There's that pinch. And that's the tram. Yeah, that was cool. The tram system, I don't know what it is, but if you've ever been to Denver Airport in the States, the tram system there, when you're like traveling to and from locations, for some reason it just reminds me of this tram system in Dead Space. I don't know why. Maybe it's the dude's voice. There's more. It's just a dude. It was cool how they gave him a voice as well, and they made him talk. I think that was pretty sweet. And they fleshed out the other characters like a little bit more, like Hammond and stuff like that. And then I'm going to put in there's going to be spoilers in this, in the title. But when Cheng gets necromorphotized or whatever, and Hammond has to kill him, and like that shit was really, really cool. Like they kind of like how they fleshed the characters out, even though it kind of was kind of similar to the original. Like I just liked how there was a bit more sustenance there. So I played this game, I think I like played it once, just completely smashed it, and I just haven't touched it since, so maybe I'll play it again. I've just got Dino Crisis. I didn't realize Dino Crisis was available on the PS Store on PS5. I found out like 2 or 3 days ago. One of my friends told me, and I was just like, holy fuck. So that will be me doing that. Because I very rarely game, but I really, really enjoy the original like survival horrors and stuff. Welcome. Yes, it's very cool. Interested to see what other people kind of thought about the art of the game and how I was like similar to the original, and like what things were cool and what things weren't cool, and like what things could have been done better or what they should have left in and stuff like that. Like I honestly didn't mind it so much. I think because I haven't played it in a long time, I can't really remember what was different and what wasn't, or what I thought was like, man, they could have kept this in, or they should have left this out or whatever. But yeah, oh man, yeah, I used to hate that one in the original. I fucking hated that so much, just getting the timing and stuff like that with the gravity tether. I thought it was cool as well, again, spoiler, like how you can go outside the ship and you can like, from memory, you can actually go out of the ship and like fly around, like zoom around to other parts of the ship, because some parts are blocked off. This one here, was this a motherfucker as well? No, this is, oh yeah, no, this one was shit as well, from memory. So cool. Hopefully the camera does it all justice. Sorry, I'm probably going too fast. Yeah, you can just buy the book and read it. It's worth buying. If y'all can get it. Here's the Valor. So this is the Valor, is like the marine ship that crashes into it. It comes to like support or like rescue the crew. They get the Halo, the what do you call it, SOS, and they crash into the Ishimura. Again, spoiler. I thought the Valor was really cool in the remake. It was significantly harder, I think, from the original one, but it was still pretty dope. They had that, I think they had like a little like fedora tip to Resident Evil remake, or no, sorry, Resident Evil original, God, where you couldn't run with a certain item, so you had to kind of walk where you couldn't fire your weapon, and that was like really, really frustrating and annoying. The stars are ours, yeah, I love that. Things are glory. Yeah, this was done really well, the ship and stuff like that. It would be interesting to see like the environments if they weren't so dark, and I know that the darkness like adds to the kind of like survival horror element, but like actually like being able to light the ship up and just see it if it's like properly lit up would be pretty dope, I think. Dude, are you okay? Okay. I think we're about halfway through the book now, so yeah, Zero G Basketball. I wasted a lot of time playing that, but it was worth every second. And then the Suicide Pact scene was pretty cool, I remember that. I used to just pick the bodies up and throw them around. Oh, yeah. This motherfucker. These motherfuckers. The captain? Yeah. Well, the captains, so. Executive shuttle. Some of this, because like I said, I haven't played this game. I literally bought it and played it. I pre-ordered it and played it when it came out. I can't remember when it came out. Sometime last year. Was it last year or the year before? And so some of it I can't really remember that well, but most of it seems to be in my memory. I'm just kind of on the lookout for things that I'm like, man, I don't remember this bit, but it all seems to be like, yeah. Dead Space. It's just after a night out. Just curious as well if anyone like enjoyed Callisto more than they enjoyed the Dead Space remake, or like what their thoughts are. Like I didn't hate it, but I was kind of like, it could have been a lot better. The combat stuff like that was a bit naff, because it just made it way too easy. Oh yeah, this is Age of 7, yeah. Make us whole, Nicole. And the markers. It's pretty dope. Let's just take a minute to praise Altman. Fuel Kings. I don't remember seeing any like, oh no, I was just going to say, I don't remember seeing any Ping's treasure. But then randomly, coincidentally, Ping just pops up on this page. Okay, here we go. Characters. There's character number 1. This is the bit that I've read. So obviously original Isaac, and then new Isaac. He looks a lot more handsome in this one. Nicole. She looks a lot older, but whatever. Hammond. Again, he looks a little bit younger than what was originally intended. That bitch Kendra. She's just trying to screw us over. Yeah, this was a very different one, because remember, yeah, he looked like that, and then on the new one, he looks like that. I can't really remember the interactions with Terrence Kine. I remember them in the original really well, but I don't remember in the remake. I seriously need to go back and replay it. And then, obviously, Captain Matthias. Couple of concepts. I don't know if that's not him doing blackface. I think that's just showing him as like a character model or something. I don't know what the technical term is for it. This motherfucker as well, goddamn. We don't like him at all, but he looks cool. Well, his character is really cool. Like the psychopath element of him, I think was sweet. Like he's definitely a cool villain, but he's just frustrating. And then here's the side characters. I can't remember what. Yeah, that's right. I think she gets blown up in the Kellion when it gets destroyed, or something happens to it. And then Mate Chen turns into a necromorph, obviously, and gets blasted out into space. And then they pick up the escape pod. The Vela picks up the escape pod. Sorry for the spoilers. I really have to remember to put a spoiler in here. So obviously going over the suits. It's like that TV show Suits. So these are pretty cool. Again, like, yeah, just pause it if you need to, like, get better detail. I don't know how fast I'm flicking through it. Isaac. Is that it's like Pit Boy or something? What's the thing game that's from? Fallout. Fallout. Falling Fallout. That's so cool, yeah. My foot's falling to sleep. Ugh. It's pretty sick. Pretty sick. I think it would be a little bit cool if you could kind of like make out his face around here, but how big can't be choosers. I've definitely gotten used to this, the look. Like I remember I didn't really like the look of the suits. Like I like the marine ones, but I didn't really like the mining suits. But then he's just a fucking miner. But Something about it was just weird to me. It was kind of like steampunky, and I don't like steampunk at all. I'm not a fan. So we booties. If you're into feet pics, no, they didn't show his feet. Maybe in the next one they'll show his feet. He's just doing his little YMCA or arrowhead formation if you have prior military experience. That's pretty sick. Sweet level 06. Kind of reminds me of who's the dude from Frisky Dingo, the antagonist from Frisky Dingo. That's what it kind of reminds me of. If you know the TV show. If you don't, Google it. Murderface? No, Murderface is Megalopolis. That's fucking cool. You can't probably, I don't know if you can see the details in the eyes there, but that looks so cool, super cool. I think I remember that from finishing the game, and you just kind of unlock all that shit. I don't know how I feel about that, the antlers. But that's still pretty cool. This is like the EDF Defense Force Corps of Engineers. Would be cool if they did like a game going back to like, I mean, they kind of visited it in the third game, where they go back to the kind of like the split factions. Like there's kind of like war over resources, and they have like, I think it's like the EDF and then like some coalition or something like that. Do you love Earth, son? That quote. Again, I haven't played the third one. I've just watched many Let's Plays and speedruns of it. It's the plasma cutter. Yeah, so in one of the books, one of the characters uses a plasma cutter like that. I thought it was pretty dumb, but it was like Catalyst, I think. But still, it was an alright book. I think I gave it like 4 stars on the Goodreads. It's more like plasma cutter design, I guess. What's your favorite weapon? I think mine is definitely the plasma rifle. The cool thing about the game as well, they like kind of updated the secondary fires and stuff like that. Because I remember they changed some of these guns a little bit. I never used the flamethrower whenever I played it. What's the point? I think it's like handy for like burning the little creepy spider dudes that like haul towards you, but otherwise the force gun was pretty sick, maybe, from memory. But-choo! The line gun. So this is like the shotgun equivalent on the game, I guess. It just has like a wide spread berth. I liked it in the first one. I don't really remember much about it in the remake. I need to go back and play it again at some point in my life. And you can drop mines as well. Proximity mines. There we go, this is the baby. Yeah, this thing is fucking sweet. Yeah, so it had like an M203 type launcher on it, I think. I seem to remember it having a shotgun as well, but maybe I'm remembering differently. Or maybe you can upgrade it to have a shotgun part to it. But it just looks super fucking cool. Hey, interesting, no trigger. Or is it just like, the trigger's there? And there's a safety catch. Can't see a safety catch. The Ripper. This was like kind of the naff gun, but it was really handy because if you know the game, like you need to saw off their limbs to kill them. You can't just do like headshots for days. So while this gun is pretty kind of, weapon system is pretty stupid, well, it looks pretty stupid, it's actually super handy. And you can fire the blade off. Okay, so here we go, the necromorphs. This level as well, I remember, was fucking cool. In the horticulture lab. It's the Brute. So like original Brute, and then the remake Brute. You in trouble, boy. The Explodey. You shoot this thing and you're in for a laugh. That's so cool. This kind of stuff, how he was like split. I remember when after I played the game, like back in 2009, and I went to like a video game store, EA Games, and I was talking to the counter help there about Dead Space. I was like, yeah, I just finished Dead Space. Like, I was just, not to brag or anything, I was just trying to flex on her. And she was like, oh, like I finished it too. I just recently finished it. And she was telling me that the designs for the necromorphs, originally, I don't know if this is a shit yarn or not, but the designs for the necromorphs, they figured the designs out, their basic concept designs on like car crash victims and shit like that. I always thought this was a lot more like The Thing, like the John Carpenter's The Thing. Like it always gives me Thing vibes. And then they just kind of try to make it a bit more gruesome. And I'm sure they not stole, like borrowed a lot from a lot of other concepts like Resident Evil and Silent Hill and shit. Yeah, man, it's fucking scary. It's like me. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. So I think we should still kind of zoom in on there, just talking about like that kind of stuff. I'll definitely do a follow up with the original book at some stage. These guys are the slashers. Does that mean there's fans of Slash from Guns N' Roses? Who knows? Yeah, this one's a fun battle, the Leviathan, and you've got to like shoot shit into him and stuff like that. I think I like ran out of ammo real quickly because I was doing it on a harder mode, and I was like, man, I'm busted, but I still managed to crack it on the first try. Not to brag. Oh, that's the end. Yeah, so pretty sweet. And it came with this thing as well, which doesn't really mean anything. It's just like this. So yeah, I'm definitely going to read this in more detail later. I give it like maybe like a solid like 10 in terms of like my collection, the books I've got. This is definitely one that I would take care of, and it's definitely a good purchase. If you like the game, it's worth it. If you're into survival horror, it's worth it. Or if you're just into like kind of concept art for games and stuff like that, like I've got like other like what else have I got? Like Alien Isolation, Dead Space, the original, and a few others. If you couldn't already tell, I like survival horror. This is definitely one that I'm just like cool. Like I'm happy to splash out $100 dues for this one. So yeah, there we go. That's the Dead Space remake book. I'll give it a solid 10 out of 10. It's closer to a 10 than a 9.